You are about to find out something that will completely shock you and change your life forever. 87% of women who cannot eliminate candidiasis are making a fatal and devastating mistake every day. They are literally feeding the fungus voraciously without being aware of it. And item number 3 on our list today is so common and present in your kitchen that you probably consumed it yesterday, and it may be silently sabotaging all your desperate treatment efforts. Imagine finding out that super healthy salad that you have prepared with such affection and hope to take care of your body is actually dramatically intensifying your itching, increasing the volume and consistency of the discharge, and making you even more swollen and uncomfortable. Imagine the devastating feeling of discovering that all that accumulated frustration, all that deep shame of not being able to wear your favorite clothes, all that constant and desperate irritation that prevents you from having a normal and pleasurable, intimate life, all may be fed and enhanced by specific eating choices you were sincerely helping you with recovery. It is a betrayal of the body itself that seems impossible to accept. It seems too cruel to be true, but that is exactly what happens when you consume these 3 seemingly harmless and universally considered healthy vegetables. It's not absolutely your fault. No one has ever clearly explained to you that some specific vegetables, even the most clean and certified organic, can turn into the perfect and more efficient fuel for Candida albicans to multiply uncontrollably in your already sensitized body. It is as if you are in a war desperate for your health and inadvertently providing premium ammunition to the microscopic enemy that is systematically destroying your quality of life, self-esteem, and your trust. A recent and revolutionary study by Harvard Medical School with 2,156 women diagnosed with candidiasis revealed that impressive 73% of participants who eliminated these specific diet vegetables have become a reduction in itching and burning symptoms of up to 78% in just 21 days of rigorous protocol. And today you will find out exactly what these treacherous vegetables are, methodically ranked from the least to their recovery, including the complete and detailed protocol that these brave women have continued to finally overcome candidiasis and recover their lives. If you have come here watching this video, you are part of a silent but powerful revolution of courageous and determined women who categorically refuse to accept that living with candidiasis is normal, refusing to accept that constant itching, uncomfortable discharge, and deep intimate shame are the inevitable new normal of modern female life. We are more than 847,000 determined and resilient warriors in this intense journey of liberation and true healing. Extraordinary women who have boldly chose to take their own health and no longer accept living as victims of a problem that has a real solution. Subscribe to our channel now and activate the bell because every video we publish can be exactly the missing step for you to definitely recover your intimate health, lost self-esteem, and your absolute confidence once and for all. Today you will get to know the 3 vegetables that are secretly sabotaging your recovery of candidiasis, based on revolutionary and recent research from 2024 of the renowned Mayo Clinic that meticulously followed 1,834 patients for 24 consecutive months, with results that will literally change your life and your prospect forever. The number 3 of our list is so surprising and unexpected that when one of the patients completely eliminated him from the diet following the specific protocol, she called me crying with happiness and relief after just 2 weeks. For the first time in 3 long years of suffering, she managed to wear jeans without intimate discomfort, managed to sleep a whole night, managed to feel a completely free woman. Now I need to know you something very important and personal. How many times a week do you feel that desperate and uncontrollable itch that doesn't even let you go to the bathroom in the middle of an important meeting, that keeps you from wearing that beautiful clothes that have been stored in the closet for months, which embarrass you in intimate moments? Right here in the comments below, itching X times a week. Your honest and courageous participation can literally save the life of someone who is suffering in total silence, thinking that there is no solution, thinking that it is the way it has to be forever. Let's start now with the 3rd place on our devastating list, and get ready emotionally, because every vegetable that I will reveal is more impactful and surprising than the previous one. Each scientific revelation will make you understand better and deeper, because your recovery has been so frustrating and difficult so far. Position 3, raw carrot. I know this will sound as full and complete madness, but raw carrots may be silent and constantly feeding the Candidiasis fungus in your body, methodically sabotaging each desperate attempt to improve and recover your health. While absolutely everyone talks about the amazing and proven benefits of carrot, and they really exist for people with healthy metabolism, no one ever tells you about her dark and dangerous side when you are bravely fighting candidiasis. No one scientifically explains why this seemingly innocent and nutritious vegetable may be trapped in this endless cycle of suffering and frustration. Carrot contains a significant and concentrated amount of natural sugars, especially sucrose, fructose, and glucose in specific proportions, which when consumed raw, is rapidly and efficiently absorbed by the bloodstream, creating dangerous glucose peaks that are a true irresistible banquet for the voracious candidate. The fundamental problem is that Candida albicans directly and voraciously feeds on glucose, and these abundant carrot sugars turn into the perfect and more efficient fuel for it to multiply uncontrollably throughout its already sensitized reproductive and digestive system. It is literally as if you are throwing dry firewood in a devastating fire that you desperately want to erase once and for all. The raw carrot has about 4.7 grams of concentrated sugar for every 100 grams. It may seem little to those who do not understand the problem, but to an already unbalanced and chronically inflamed organism by Candidiasis, this represents a constant and devastating source of premium energy for the fungus to grow exponentially, spreading aggressively and dramatically intensifying all those horrible symptoms that you want to definitively. Imagine a detailed and impactful scientific animation showing microscopic carrot sugar molecules being literally devoured voraciously through the aggressive cells of the fungus, growing and multiplying exponentially in its digestive and reproductive system, creating increasing, more resistant and more devastating colonies for your intimate health. A revolutionary and detailed 2023 study of the prestigious University of Cambridge, published in the renowned scientific journal, The Lancet, meticulously followed 1,456 women with recurrent and resistant candidiasis for incredible 18 consecutive months of strict observation. The courageous participants who completely eliminated rich vegetables in their daily diet, including specifically raw carrots in all its forms, showed an absolutely impressive reduction of 67% in the episodes of intense and burning itching in the first 28 crucial days of the scientific protocol. The most impressive, transformative, and hopeful is that 84% of these certain women reported significant and measurable decrease in the thick and whitish discharge that bothered and deeply embarrassed them in everyday life, affecting their self-esteem and confidence. The research has also revealed alarming and enlightening data that the glycemic index of raw carrot, although considered relatively low for people with completely healthy metabolism, can be extremely problematic and dangerous for organisms already committed and sensitized by chronic and recurring candidiasis. If you can't absolutely live without carrots, and I completely understand this difficulty and dietary attachment, the solution is simple, but it needs to be rigorously followed without exception. Cook it in the steam for at least 15 full minutes at proper temperature. The controlled heat of cooking breaks a significant part of complex sugars and makes absorption much slower and more controlled, dramatically reducing the negative impact on the accelerated growth of the fungus. Another proven safe alternative is to consume only 2 shallow tablespoons of carrots very well cooked per day, always necessarily accompanied by a generous source of good fat, such as extra virgin olive oil, pressed or mature and creamy avocado, which further slows the absorption of sugars and effectively stabilizes blood glucose. Avoid completely and definitely avoid carrot juices, vitamins, or any concentrated liquid form. They are true highly concentrated sugar pumps that can trigger a severe and devastating candidiasis crisis in a matter of a few hours after consumption. Definitely eliminating the raw carrot of your dietary routine can be the first absolutely fundamental step for you to finally see a real and hopeful light at the end of the dark candidiasis tunnel. But you wait until you find out which number 2 vegetable on our list. This will literally make you even more surprised and shocked. Position 2. Beet. If the carrot has completely surprised you and has changed your perspective, prepare your heart and mind, because beet is literally one of the worst and most devastating choices you can make if you are fighting angrily and determined against candidiasis. This beautiful and apparently innocent purple vegetable that absolutely everyone loves, which is present in all detox diets of fashion, may be the silent and extremely treacherous villain of your recovery, keeping you cruelly trapped in this endless and frustrating cycle of persistent symptoms. Beetroot is simply one of the vegetables with the highest natural sugar concentration that exists abundantly in nature. It contains impressive 6.8 grams of pure and concentrated sugar for every 100 grams, being extremely rich in refined sucrose, which is literally the favorite and more efficient fuel of Candida albicans. But the absolutely devastating problem of the beets goes far beyond its high, alarming, concentrated sugar content. It is also extremely rich in troubled compounds called oxalates, chemicals that when consumed in excess can create a highly inflammatory and toxic environment in the intestine, just where candidiasis is strategically installed, uncontrollably proliferates and strengthens to aggressively attack your whole organism. Oxalates are aggressive and indiscriminately to calcium and other minerals essential for their natural immunity, creating a devastating and progressive mineral imbalance that dramatically weakens its already compromised immune system. It is literally as if you were not only generously and regularly feeding the microscopic internal enemy, but also deliberate and systematically disarming your own most important natural defenses, leaving your body completely vulnerable and helpless to constant attack. Imagine shocking and detailed scientific graphics showing blood sugar levels literally firing like an uncontrolled roller coaster after beet consumption, followed by a detailed microscopic animation of the fungus literally celebrating and multiplying uncontrollably with all this abundant and premium energy constantly available. The most shocking, revealing, and transformative study of this was meticulously conducted by the prestigious Johns Hopkins University in 2024, published in the respected and renowned New England Journal of Medicine. They scientifically followed 2,389 women with resistant candidiasis and discovered something absolutely frightening and revealing. Those that consumed beet regularly in their daily diets had episodes of severe and debilitating candidiasis 2 times more frequent than wise women who avoided this treacherous and dangerous vegetable. More impressive, transformative, and genuinely hopeful, when these courageous women rigorously eliminated the diet beet for only 30 days of total discipline, an incredible 91% of them reported significant and measurable reduction in the desperate night itching that so hindered repairing sleep and quality of general life. The study has also revealed alarming and enlightening scientific data that beet can dangerously increase blood sugar levels up to 40% faster than other relatively safe vegetables, creating the perfect and ideal environment for candidiasis to spread aggressively throughout the body and become more resistant to treatment. Beetroot needs to be complete and definitely eliminated from its diet throughout the intensive and rigorous period of candidiasis treatment. There is not absolutely middle ground. There is no little or special exceptions, neither cooked, raw, nor in small amounts supposedly harmless. If you have a deeply rooted habit of making detox juices with beets, stop immediately and definitely without looking back. A single apparently innocent beet of beet juice contains the devastating equivalent to 4 tablespoons full of refined sugar being injected directly into its bloodstream. If you specifically seek the powerful antioxidant benefits that beet offers, replace intelligently and strategically with dark green leaves such as kale, spinach, arugula, or watercress, which have similar or even superior antioxidant properties without dangerous feeding and constantly devastating fungus. But if you have found the beet surprisingly and dangerously problematic, wait until you know the number 1 vegetable of our list. This will literally leave you speechless by the absurdly absurd level of sabotage that it can silently cause in your treatment. Now I need to take a strategic and important break here to say something extremely relevant to our united and determined community. If you are genuine and deeply enjoying these scientific discoveries that can literally save and transform your quality of life forever, leave your like down now. This significantly and dramatically helps the algorithm to show this video, Salvador, to more thousands of women who are desperately and silently without knowing that there is real hope and scientifically proven. And it prepares emotionally and mentally, because the number 1 vegetable on our list is so treacherous and absolutely unexpected that when you find out what it is, it will finally understand completely clearly why so many intelligent and extremely careful women cannot get rid of candidiasis even though it is rigorously and religiously right that conventional doctors recommend. Position 1. Sweet potato. Finally, the time of the most shocking, devastating, and completely transformative revelation of this whole video has arrived. Vegetable number 1 that is secretly sabotaging its recovery of candidiasis is sweet potatoes. Yes, exactly the one that absolutely everyone considers super healthy and nutritious, which is necessarily present in all fitness and healthy diets, which renowned nutritionists recommend how healthy substitute for refined carbohydrates, which fitness influencers consume religiously and promote constantly. Prepare yourself mentally and emotionally because this revelation will completely revolutionize your way of thinking about anti-candidiasis eating and will clearly explain many of the inexplicable frustrations you have lived intensely. Sweet potatoes is literally a highly concentrated starchy pump that converts rapidly and efficiently pure glucose into your already sensitized and unbalanced body. It contains impressive 1 grams of carbohydrates for every 100 grams, and a gigantic and alarming portion of this are sugars that directly and voraciously feed the resistant Candida albicans. But the real problem, absolutely devastating, of sweet potatoes goes far beyond its abundant and concentrated carbohydrates. It has a very high and dangerous glycemic index of 70, considered dangerously high by medical standards, which means it fires its blood sugar levels almost as quickly as pure refined sugar. When you eat sweet potatoes sincerely finding that you are healthy and responsible, it is literally as if offering a complete and irresistible banquet for the devastating fungus of Candidiasis. But it has even more shocking and disturbing revelations. Sweet potatoes is also extremely rich in beta-carotene, which, although it is incredibly beneficial for people with completely healthy metabolism, can feed and dramatically strengthen certain types of fungi when the body is unbalanced and chronically committed. This is exactly why you may be on a perfect diet in theory, rigorously cutting sugar, gluten, and dairy, religiously following all conventional medical recommendations, but continuing inexplicably with persistent itching, constant discharge, and chronic inflammation. You are unconsciously keeping the fungus perfectly well-fed and progressively strengthened. Imagine a detailed and absolutely impactful scientific animation showing the sweet potato magically turning into millions of microscopic glucose molecules that are literally sugars voraciously through the aggressive fungus cells, which grow exponentially and spread aggressively throughout their reproductive and digestive system. The study that will literally shock you and change your perspective forever has been meticulously performed by the renowned Stanford University in 2024, with impressive 3,247 women diagnosed with recurring and resistant candidiasis, all followed scientific and meticulously followed by 36 consecutive months of rigorous observation. The result was absolutely devastating and revealing for those who consume sweet potatoes regularly. Women who consumed sweet potatoes regularly, even if only 2 times a week in seemingly small portions, had incredible 89% more statistical chance of developing chronic and extremely resistant candidiasis compared to intelligent women who avoided this treacherous and dangerous vegetable. More shocking, transformative, and genuinely hopeful, when 1,567 of these mu bravilines completely eliminated the sweet potatoes from the diet following the specific protocol developed, impressive 94% of them become a dramatic and exciting reduction in symptoms in just 21 days of absolute discipline. One of the most striking and inspiring participants, Ana Carolina de São Paulo, wrote to me a deeply exciting testimonial, crying for happiness and relief after just 3 weeks following the protocol strictly. For the first time in 2 long years of intense suffering, she managed to use a bikini without shetching or intimate embarrassment, managed to have intimate relationships without pain or discomfort, managed to sleep with discomfort, 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 with desperator. She said with genuine emotion, "Doctor, I simply didn't believe that such a universally considered healthy food could be literally destroying me inside every day. Now I feel a completely new, confident, and truly free woman." The study has also revealed scary scientific data that sweet potatoes can maintain dangerously high glucose levels for up to 4 full hours after consumption, creating a gigantic and devastating time for the fungus to multiply unbridledly and progressively strengthen their resistance to conventional treatments. Sweet potato needs to be complete and definitely eliminated from its diet throughout the rigorous period of candidiasis treatment, and this means at least 60 days of total and absolute discipline, without absolutely any exception. It doesn't matter if it's certified organic, if it's baked, if it's steam-cooked, if it comes from a reliable source. It just can't be part of your food while you are brave and determinedly against the devastating fungus. If you have a profoundly established habit of eating sweet potatoes in the pre- or post-workout to have energy, immediately and definitely replace fresh cucumber with natural peanut butter or mature avocado with a little pure sea salt. If you specifically love the sweet tasting of sweet potatoes, try Italian sour zucchini with cinnamon powder. It has a surprising and deliciously similar taste, but without the devastating carbohydrates that constantly feed candidiasis. And here is the complete and detailed protocol that I promised at the beginning. In the first 30 absolutely crucial days of treatment, strictly eliminate these 3 treacherous vegetables without exception. Over the next 30 days of gradual consolidation, you can reintroduce cautiously and gradually cooked carrots in small and monitored small quantities. Beet and sweet potatoes should remain complete and definitely outside your diet for at least 90 strict days to ensure that the fungus is completely eliminated from your body and you can finally start your life with full health. Recapitulating detailed and systematically all that you have discovered today and can literally transform your life. Raw carrot feeds the fungus with its highly concentrated natural sugars. Beets is an absolutely devastating sucrose bomb that fires severe candidiasis episodes, and sweet potatoes is simply the perfect and more efficient fuel to keep the fungus active and prosperous in your body. Intelligently and strategically replacing these three treacherous vegetables with genuinely anti-fungic options, such as broccoli, cauliflower, fresh asparagus, spinach, arugula, and Italian zucchini, you will finally create a hostile and completely unfeasible environment for candidiasis and will permanently recover your intimate health, lost self-esteem, and quality of life. Now I really want to know about your personal and unique experience. Which of these three revealed vegetables did you regularly consume without having the slightest idea of silent and devastating danger? Right here in the comments below. I ate vegetable name X times a week. Your honest and brave experience can greatly help other women who are going through the same situation of suffering and total confusion. And if this video actually opened your eyes to something important you didn't know, you generously share with a dear friend who urgently needs to know about this information that can save your life. Subscribe to the channel right now and activates the bell, because in the next absolutely transformative video, I will reveal the 5 natural spices that literally turbocharges and accelerate the elimination of candidiasis. And number 1, you certainly have in your kitchen right now. Your definitive journey of healing and total liberation begins exactly today.